Hey YouTube, how y'all been? How y'all been? Hey all my ladies that come and watch me and here for advice and trying to figure out how I do it, want to get to know me a little bit more, all that good stuff. Like I know I had said I was gonna start YouTube a little bit back. You know, school got in the way. I was just kind of really like stressed out and nervous, and life was just a little unbalanced for me at the moment. So I graduated. Woohoo! I graduated. Still haven't taken my state boards, which I need to do. I need to stop lacking. So I can be licensed fully as my esthetician. So I can go on to the esthetician journey. I'm just kind of stalling right now because I'm also in the process of getting a new apartment and all that good stuff. So I'm definitely gonna try to make a apartment tour and all that good stuff. In the next like couple months that when I move or whatever. Okay, so today's topic I said is gonna be on how I started OnlyFans and how I started, why I started, just a little background on me because I do get a lot of questions and I just really enjoy being able to uplift females. Like I do it not even noticing. I have been through a lot of stuff. I have plenty of story time, so that's why I need to make time and make more YouTube videos. I have plenty of story times about life and everything, just being rebellious, learning my lesson, going it through the hard way, all that, So basically, I ended up pregnant in 2018, like 3 months before I was supposed to graduate. So I graduated early. I finished up the most credits as I could as fast as I can. I wasn't lacking. I did not want to be in school pregnant. So I made sure before I turned 3 months, I was done with school. I didn't want to be telling nobody my business. So I finished school. I was with my ex. It was not the best situation because when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, once his baby's born, we out this. I was staying with him and his mom, and I wasn't the biggest fan of his family. So I was like, I'm not raising my baby here. If you're still and we're still in the same situation by the time the baby's born, I'm going back home. End of story. So that's basically what happened. Had my baby, ended up back at home. It was a toxic relationship, so it was difficult. But in that time, I was on my phone a lot. I was on Snapchat. Me, personally, I've always been a wild child. I've never been like, I guess more now, I'm more cautious and like more insecure than I was back then. Like, cause honestly, back then, I look at myself now and I'm like, girl, how did you pull all them, guys looking like that? But I don't know. I just was so confident. I guess it's the confidence. Sorry, the little one's in his room playing. Anyways, it's the confidence. MJ, stop. Sorry. But it's all about the confidence, and I didn't really think about that until now. Because now I don't have as much confidence as I did back then. Because back then I was like, my mom used to tell me, Marisa, like, oh, this or that, like, my eyebrows are messed up and this and that, anything. And I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care what nobody says. Like, when I started, so, like, I was just like that, So, I had Snap, for some reason, I've always been into social media. So, even, like, 14, 15, like I had Facebook and I would get like 1,000 likes. I don't know. I always had like a strong following on social media. Like people have been watching me since I was like 13, 14 years old, which is crazy. And I don't even know, just through Facebook, like dead ass. So I had Snap, of course, like everybody else, and there was a girl that I kind of knew from my city, and then another girl that was not from my city that I had on Snap, and they were starting premium, and they started private stories, they started all that, and I was just like, girl, I love the way I look at my pictures. Let me see what they're talking about, like. So I started off, I started making some money. At that time, to me, like $100, $200, $300 was like a lot to me within a couple of days, you know, because I didn't really touch money like that. So making quick, fast money, like just easily, I'm like, hey, I got Cash App, I got this, I got Apple Pay, you know, pay me too, you know what I'm saying? My baby daddy wasn't the biggest. I mean, he supported it in the beginning. He kind of encouraged me, but then I kind of fell off because all the toxic stuff that was going on between us, it was just not it. Like, I didn't, even though he said, like, oh yeah, you could do it, like, I didn't want to be thrown in my face, like, no. And I mean, I'll get into, like, relationship-wise on how I deal with OnlyFans, too, because I know a lot of females have questions on that. Because I have been in a relationship with my man that I am with now, you know, for almost 2 years doing this. So I'll get into that in a little bit. But anyways, so my baby daddy was just like bipolar, and it was just annoying. It was just too much. So I didn't do it. But after we were like broke up, off and on, I left after the toxic abuse, everything like that. I left completely. But right before I left, I had gotten a car for my birthday. My mom told me on my 18th birthday, once I get my license, I can have my car. So I had my car by like September 2018. And after I had my son, you know, about, was it like, about a month later, 2 months later. No, I'm tripping. About a year later. Yeah, because I was doing premium for about a year right after my son. Me and my baby daddy were just like off and on that whole year. So I had already started living back with my mom. Sorry, I had to think. I was already living back with my mom and stuff, so I could do whatever I want. My mom didn't care. You know, I was making a couple, like $800 every 2 weeks. That was more than enough for me to be sitting my ass at home taking care of my kid. You know, and going into my room for 30 minutes and taking some pics. You know, like, nobody had an issue with it. Like, nobody cared. Like, my mom, like, would even know. Like, oh, she's in her room, don't bother her. Like, she's taking her pictures. She's taking her sexy pictures. Like, another thing about my mom is not, well, she used to be a very judgmental person, but she's not no more. So, she's came a long way, too. So, I then started waitressing in the beginning of 2020. It was January 2020. On the 1st, on New Year's, I started as a waitress because I was always going out. I had a group of friends and stuff. I always go clubbing with, and I had some guy friends, obviously. So my guy friends, like, I would be like, hey, let's go to the strip club, you know, let's go. And they're like, all right, you know, they would come, and, you know, I love the strip club. I've never been the kind of female who disliked it, which is, I don't know. I guess people find that weird. Like, when guys talk to me and I'm like, let's go to the strip club. They're like, oh yeah, Marissa? And I'm like, yeah, let's go spend some money on some bad bitches. You want to lap dance? Let's go make it rain. You know, that's just how I am. So I've never, ever, ever had any what's that word? Aminosity? I don't freaking know. You know that word I'm trying to look for. Towards strippers. Like, it's just never been my thing. And I remember, okay, so as a waitress, I was making somewhat of good money in the beginning because I was working at Foxy's, and that club was more known to be popping on the weekends, which it was. I would make between $400 or $500 on a weekend. And one day, you know, other than the weekdays, it was really slow, you know, it was harder, whatever the case may be. So I remember one girl mentioning OnlyFans in the locker room, but it wasn't even a big thing then. And I remember one day I was on my phone, I went to Google search, I was just trying to find like a home job, or, you know, I was just like, how do I make money online from home? Like, literally what I put. Somehow OnlyFans had popped up right before it blew up. I made the account. I had no idea what it was for. I was like, what is this, you know? So I was just like, whatever. A month later, you know, after I made it, the pandemic hit, and that shit just blew up. And I figured out I was like, wait a minute, I have one of those. I have an account with that, you know. Let me just go ahead and get started. So I didn't have to wait to be approved. I didn't have to do nothing whenever I finally decided to start. And I just went all in. You know, I didn't start off with naked pics. I didn't start off with none of that. I really, truly did not. It was more, I mean, there was some topless, but it was more like twerking and bikini and thongs and just sexy angles, all that extra stuff, you know, teasers. It was mainly all that. And it worked. And, you know, that premium on top of OnlyFans together just did wonders. So that's really why I started. It's pretty an interesting story. I have a lot more details and stuff, but this video is already about 10 minutes long, and I'm not gonna like really edit it. I just wanted to give y'all a straightforward video, and not make it extremely long. But I'll probably go ahead and drop another YouTube video in a day or two. I might drop another one tomorrow. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, I just want to get to y'all to know me more. I want to give y'all more advice. Like, I have so much stuff to tell you guys. Like, it's hard to just do it all in one video because I know how life is. We don't got the time to just be sitting there forever. So, if y'all like this video, if y'all want me to go more into detail about OnlyFans or abusive relationships or the relationship between, you know, having a, like doing a relationship, having OnlyFans, how do you deal with it, how, you know, all that stuff, I will definitely be making another video. So y'all let me know, or I will just make all of them and y'all watch them. Stay tuned. Love y'all. Thanks for supporting me.